brainer, and that's the example I gave you in the introduction to the session. It is now trading at 159.97, which is above the structure point, which is the 158, and that's, if you see the radar screen, this is the pound dollar. That's our structure long from last week. So now we're closed the week at 159.97, so it is a no-brainer for us to be buyers of the pound and to short the dollar, but we also gives us a short entry signal, which is below the 159.80, and you can see, guys, the structural point. This is the 159.80 on the intraday, and you can see how magnificent structural points work. Look at this. This is the beauty when you know how to identify the structure point. Look at this. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Intraday holding at the 159.80. The session before sitting at the 159.80. If you look, just keep an eye, look at the 59.80. Look at this. It stops at the 159.80 on the session before. It stops in the 159.80 on the session before. These are structural points that we're taking from the structure of the chart, and when you see that on the intraday it is being respected so much, then you know that it is a valid point and you have to respect it and trade it as such. So right here we are going to go short only below the 159.80. Above the 159.80 I'm not even interested, and when it trades below the 159.80 I want to see capitulation. I want to see this thing capitulating. I don't want it to come and do this. If it does this, then the market doesn't want to sell off. I'm going to close the trade. Okay, that's the wrong behavior. So if I'm looking for it to go short below the 159.80, so that's my selling point, and it is also the structural short. Where am I going to buy it? I'm going to buy it above 161.12. So I'm going to buy it, let's say, above 161.20. So again, the pound dollar is quite an easy setup because the chart is working nicely. This is so my long point in the pound dollar is 160.12. Make it 160.20 just to be on the safe side, and my stop is below the 159.80, so my long stop is the 159.80, and my structural short in this case is the 159.80. It's easy because we're all sitting at or around the 159.80, and if I'm going to go short, I'm going to go short below the 159.80. So your structure long is the structure short is your short also. So you see the 159.80 is going all across. It's not this long point, but it is my structural short point. It is my stop on my long position, and if I go short, it is also my stop on the short. So if I go short below 159.80, I'm going to put the very tight stop above it because I'm not going to give it too much room to come back above the 159.80. My structure long now, I have to find a point for the structure long. I have to look at the chart. Again, the closest structure is the 165.70, but we can use the 163 as a reference point for the time being. So we're going to use the 163.16. Okay. not sure the number 1606. I'll fix it in a minute. Anyway, so to wrap it up, we're going to buy the dollar above 160.20, and if we do, we're going to place our stop below 159.80. so I'm risking about 40 pips on this trade. My structure long to the upside is the 163.06, and that, so basically I have 300 pips before I get to the next structure point. On the short side, my short point is my structural short, one and the same, and it is also my stop. So if it gets below 159.80, I'm selling it, and if it bounces back up a little bit above the 159.80 and it doesn't capitulate, I'm going to get out ASAP. Alright, that is the pound dollar. Anybody has any questions?